The psychology of the stare. Why eye contact destroys manipulation. There's a reason interrogators, FBI agents, and therapists use prolonged eye contact. It's not about intimidation. It's about creating a space where deception becomes uncomfortable, where lies feel heavier, where masks slip, where truth surfaces. And here's what most people don't know. You can use this exact same psychological principle to defend yourself against manipulation. Not through confrontation, not through argument, through presence. In the next 10 minutes, I'm breaking down the dark psychology behind eye contact, why manipulators hate it, how to use it as a defense weapon, and the 3-second rule that makes liars panic. This is based on behavioral psychology research, interrogation techniques, and field-tested narcissistic abuse defense. If you've ever felt powerless in a conversation with a manipulator, this changes everything. Let's start with a truth most people miss. Skilled manipulators don't maintain genuine eye contact. They perform eye contact. What's the difference? Genuine eye contact. Steady, calm presence. Comfortable silence. No agenda behind the gaze. Allows vulnerability. Performed eye contact. Intense staring to intimidate. Paired with rapid talking to overwhelm. Used to emphasize lies. Look me in the eye when I tell you. Breaks away during their own deceptions. Watch a narcissist carefully. When they're attacking you, gaslighting you, playing victim, they'll stare intensely. But when you ask them direct questions about their behavior, they look away, they fidget, they change the subject. Why? Because genuine eye contact creates cognitive pressure. When you're lying, your brain is juggling multiple tasks, constructing the false narrative, monitoring your body language, watching the other person's reactions, suppressing the truth. Eye contact adds another layer, maintaining the performance, and that's hard to sustain. So manipulators avoid it during their deceptions, but they demand it during yours. They'll say, "Look at me when I'm talking to you." Not because they value connection, because they're establishing dominance. This is why the counter-stare destroys them. You're reversing the power dynamic. Here's what happens in the brain during prolonged eye contact. Stage 1, baseline, 0 to 2 seconds. Normal social interaction. Comfortable, expected. No psychological pressure. Stage 2, tension, 3 to 5 seconds. Social norm violated, people usually look away by now. Amygdala activates, threat detection. Cortisol spikes, mild stress. Stage 3, pressure, 6 to 10 seconds. If the other person is hiding something, extreme discomfort. If the other person is authentic, comfortable vulnerability. This is the diagnostic window. Innocent people can hold eye contact through stage 3 because they have nothing to hide. Manipulators crack, not because the stare is aggressive, but because deception requires cognitive resources, and maintaining eye contact under pressure depletes those resources. Their options? 1. Break eye contact, lose dominance. 2. Get angry. Why are you staring at me like that? Defensive. 3. Start explaining, I'm telling you the truth. Revealing. All 3 responses show you hit the mark. The 3-second rule. When someone lies, gaslights, or manipulates, hold eye contact for 3 seconds past when it feels natural, not challenging, not angry, just present. Count in your head, 1, 2, 3. Then you can look away naturally. But those 3 extra seconds? That's when the magic happens. That's when their mask slips. Let me give you 5 specific scenarios where the stare destroys manipulation. Scenario 1. The gaslight. They say, I never said that. You're remembering wrong. Old response. Defend? Yes, you did. You said. New response. Hold eye contact. Count 3 seconds. Then calmly, I remember clearly. Continue stare. What happens? They either backtrack, get angry, or change subject. All 3 prove the gaslight. Scenario 2, the attack. They say, you're so selfish, you never think about anyone but yourself. Old response. Defend. That's not true. New response. Hold eye contact. Count 3 seconds. Silent. Let them sit in their accusation. What happens? Without your defense to argue against, the attack falls flat. The stare forces them to either escalate or retreat. Scenario 3. The fake apology. They say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Old response. Accept. It's okay. New response. Hold eye contact. Count 3 seconds. Then, that's not an apology. Continue stare. What happens? Non-apologies only work when you accept them. The stare plus clear boundary destroys the manipulation. Scenario 4. The demand. They say, "You need to tell me where you were, right now." Old response. Comply, explain, defend, justify. New response. Hold eye contact, count 3 seconds. Then, "I don't need to explain myself to you." What happens? The stare establishes you're not intimidated. The boundary establishes sovereignty. Scenario 5. The love bomb after abuse. They say, "I love you so much, you're everything to me." Old response. Relief, "I love you too." New response. Hold eye contact, count 3 seconds, watch their eyes. Are they genuine or performing? What happens? Genuine emotion holds through the stare. Performance breaks. The key principle. The stare isn't about winning a staring contest. It's about creating psychological space where truth surfaces, where masks drop, where deception becomes visible. You're not attacking, you're witnessing, and witnessing destroys manipulation. Here's what to expect when you start using the stare. They'll call you aggressive. "Why are you staring at me like that? You're making me uncomfortable." Response. "I'm just listening." Continue presence. They'll call you crazy. "You're being weird. There's something wrong with you." Response. Silence plus continued calm eye contact. They'll escalate. Louder voice, bigger accusations, more drama. Response. The stare holds. You don't flinch. And here's what happens when you hold your ground. They realize they can't manipulate what they can't rattle. They can't gaslight someone who's fully present. They can't control someone who isn't reacting. The stare isn't a weapon. It's a mirror. And manipulators hate mirrors, because mirrors reflect truth. If you want the complete sovereignty protocol, every defense tactic, every healing ritual, every forbidden truth about narcissistic abuse recovery, comment sovereignty below. I'll send you the full guide, completely free. Drop "I see you" if you've used the psychological stare. Tell me what happened when you held eye contact past their comfort zone. Your presence is your power, and they can't manipulate what they can't control. Subscribe for more dark psychology breakdowns.